Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Malik, Ya Quddus, Ya Salam, Ya
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيبنا وصفينا أبو القاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم الحمد لأهله والصلاة على أهلها وسلام على من اتبع الهدى أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, in one of the points he emphasizes about al-unsu. Al-unsu, this is what we can call intimacy, comfort with who? With Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, he said that he who comes out of humiliation of disobedience to the dignity of obedience, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to grant him intimacy without the need of any close friend. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after granting him intimacy without any close friend, Allah is going to elevate him to the highest level, to the highest point in the society, without wealthy, without riches, without money, and without resources. Intimacy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of the most important things that is going to make you as a human being be in comfort with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you are in comfort with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the world, your life in this world is going to be smooth. Why? Because the only thing that we need as human beings here on earth is to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, qurbatan ilallah, to be great in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of the most important things, and that is why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam mentioned about al-unsu, which is intimacy. As a human being, you need to have intimacy with Allah. There are three most important points here which the Prophet keeps us to be reminded of. Number one, he talked about disobedience. Number two, he talked about obedience. Number three, he talked about dignity. When you come out of the humiliation of disobedience towards your own parents, towards the people that you are with, towards the elders that you are with, you come out of that disobedience, it means you are going to be out of that humiliation of disobedience also towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, that disobedience, it begins with yourself. If you want to receive the dignity within yourself, if you want to receive the honor within yourself, if you want to be the person that is going to be elevated in the society without wealthy, if you want to be the person that is going to be loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it means you need to be away from the humiliation of disobedience, and you need to provide yourself with the dignity of obedience. Here, the most important point here is intimacy, finding comfort with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you obey your parents, when you obey people that are older than you, Allah is going to give you that comfort, that intimacy, which is al-unsu in Arabic, might be called so. And then you are going to be dignified in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we understand and we see that comfort is the most important thing that is going to make you to be elevated. Comfort with who? Comfort with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Imam Ali alayhi salam, he mentions a very important point when he is trying to tell us what should make us to be comfort with, what should make us to be in intimacy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he says, La yunisannaka illa al-haqq. Do not let anything be your comfort except the truth. It means it is the truth that can make you to be in comfort. When we look at what the Prophet mentioned there, he talks about intimacy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it means the truthful religion, the rightful path, the people that are in the Sirat al-Mustaqim, these are the people that are going to find comfort, and their comfort is going to continue to be the truth. It means we have to seek for the path of the truth. We have to seek knowledge that is a truthful one, that our is going to accept and is going to welcome within ourselves in this life. Then Imam Ali alayhi salam also continues in the very same saying by saying, وَلَا يُحِشَنَّكَ إِلَّا الْبَاطِلُ. And the falsehood should be the only thing that deserts you. It means that it is only falsehood that you should dislike in this way of your life. You should be in the path of the truth, and the truth is going to make you to be comforted. And once you are in the truth, once you have found the Sirat al-Mustaqim, you are going to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to dignify you, is going to elevate you without any close friends or without any wealthy. The society is going to respect you. At times, the most important thing that is going to make you to have comfort with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a situation when you are in isolation from the people. The situation when you contemplate, when you ponder, when you start thinking about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all that is within this world. When you start thinking about yourself, when you start to be in a journey of knowing yourself, the knowledge within yourself. That can only happen when you ponder so much, you think about yourself, you think about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all that is surrounding yourself. About that, Imam Ali alayhi salam, he mentions another very important point again. He said that Man infarada anin nasi anisa billahi subhanahu. Imam Ali, he says that whoever isolates himself from the people is going to find intimacy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does this mean? When Imam Ali says, when you isolate yourself from the people, or whoever isolates himself from the people, does it mean that you have to be alone every time? You have to be the person that is just alone, you don't want to have communication or connection with the people? No. The isolation which Imam Ali alayhi salam is talking about here is the isolation of the mind, the isolation of thinking, the isolation of pondering. You think a lot about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You think a lot about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You think a lot about your own creation and yourself. You are in the path, in the journey of realizing who you are and why you were created on earth. It means you have to be isolated from the people in that way. When you have the communication with the people, when you have any conversation with the people that are surrounding you, for you, what you only see is the positive things that will make you to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, when you are having an argument with a person, the way you respond to the person and the way you understand the person is what is going to make you to have an understanding of the comfort of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without causing any chaos, without causing any problem within the society and within yourself, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to elevate you without any need of wealth in that society. That is what Imam Ali alayhi salam means when he mentions about the isolation of this person towards the intimacy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the people that are always finding comfort in Him, the people that are always obedient to our parents. And we should leave disobedience, because when we are obedient to our parents, then we are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes the humiliation of the bad conduct and bad behavior within ourselves. When He removes the conduct of bad situation and bad behavior within ourselves, He is going to dignify us and elevate us to the highest level in the society. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما